So this machine I've got in front of me here is our new WEIBANG field and brush mower. For 2024, we'll start the range with one model, a 30-inch or 76 centimetre. Previously, we found from market feedback and from dealers and customers this was the most popular size. Our plan is over time we'll evolve the range to add potentially bigger or smaller cutting widths. However, let's start by going through this model today. A lot of the features you'll see will actually share through the WEIBANG family of field and brush mowers. So starting at the top of the machine, you'll notice the controls, nice comfortable height. We've added these hand guards, so it means that when you're using the machine in rough areas with lots of tall brambles and brackens or at the side of walls or trees, there's less chance that the user hits their arms. Additionally, all the controls are nice and simply laid out and within hand's reach. Here you have the OPC, obviously the operator presence control, which has to be engaged for running the machine. You've got your engine throttle, so the machine can be put on low RPM or high PM, the choke for obviously starting the engine, and then the gear selector. In this machine, we chose to fit a manual gearbox with 3 forward gears and 1 reverse gear. And then lastly, you've got the electronic blade engagement at your fingertips of the operator. On this machine, it's also fitted with our own power steering or differential lock system, where we've tried to use drum brakes inside the wheels to allow you to lock one axle and turn it easily. You'll see the operator simply grabs one lever, it applies the drum brake, which is fitted nicely inside the wheel to stop the build-up of debris and dirt and grass wrapping round, and it means they can turn it almost on a sixpence on its own axis. So again, moving down the machine, you'll notice a couple of features that have been almost, let's call it WEIBANGized, or improved and beefed up, such as you'll notice a support strap on the handle, supporting it from the chassis up to the top, giving it extra strength for when an operator is using this in a tough and rough condition. And again, when you look at the machine, there's something that jumps out to you. One of those things we think is power. This machine is designed for cutting up to 6 feet tall grass and 3-inch saplings, and there's no substitution for power in those circumstances. That's why on this model, the 30-inch, we've fitted it with a powerful V-twin engine. This is a long-shin V-twin engine, which will be branded as WEIBANG, which means we can give full spare parts support and warranty backup to any WEIBANG customer and WEIBANG dealer. As this machine is designed for working through a big wide area and due to the large cutting width, you can cut a lot of grass quickly. We thought the most important thing is make sure you've got a big fuel tank, as it means the operator can stop less. This machine is fitted with a 15-litre fuel tank, which gives it plenty of juice to be able to cut through the long, thick stuff. Another thing we found on a lot of machines that often, when they're used seasonally, is when they're sitting in storage or they're sitting for a period of time, often the batteries can go flat and make it harder to start. You'll notice on the machine we fitted a nice big powerful battery to try and give longer length of life and longevity. Now moving to the front of the machine, you'll notice again you've got some guard protection on the front of the engine. So you'll see that when it's going through brush and grass and weeds, you've got some protection on the engine. We think this is a nice feature, and it's also another USB highlighted in the WEIBANG silver to highlight this selling point to the customer. And again, then we get to the front of the deck. One piece of solid steel, bended and pressed to give extreme strength. On the front, you've got the bull bar or the push-down bar, which gets the material and effectively bends it over and feeds it into the front of the deck. Another nice feature on this machine is it's not just fixed in one position, it's also pivoted, which helps when you're actually moving across rough and bumpy ground. The deck will help to follow the contours of the land. You'll notice that actually in here, you've got a nice simple design of using a bolt and a nut where you can actually lock the deck off. If there is an application where you choose that you want it to be a fixed deck and no pivot, you can achieve that. Now if I spin the machine round, you can then see on the underside of the machine here, the heavy duty blade and spindle. You've got this blade fitted as the standard blade, again given the 30-inch cut, and you've got a wide spindle with a bearing assembly which helps for some crankshaft protection and also stopping grass and debris wrapping around the deck. On this machine, lastly, you can also go between 4 different heights of cut. By undoing the bolts on the inside of here, on this bottom skid frame, you can actually marginally raise the deck. So if there was an area where it was extremely long or tough conditions, you could raise the deck higher so you were cutting less grass to give it more of a chance. So that there is an overview and introduction to the new WEIBANG field and brush mower range. You'll find this product in your dealers in the spring 2024, and there'll be more information made available at Groundsfest and at Saltex.